Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the most must-hear, must-listen to, fill in the rest of
Here.
your words. Yeah. Podcast out there. It's the Fake Racers Podcast with your boy, Joe Twansky, and your boy, Davey Hazard here on JTN on Spotify this week for the first time, so
We're
that's
on
fun.
Spotify.
We're
We're on
gonna be
Spotify?
we're gonna be
Wow.
on Spotify.
So you did
That's
the thing.
I'm gonna try to do the thing. Oh,
Good. You did
it'll
the
get on Spotify at some point, but
thing.
hopefully it gets on Spotify, but we'll also still stay on YouTube. Give the fans what they want.
Yeah, obviously.
But Davey, we're gonna do a little short episode this week because I've got a lot of stuff, you've got a lot of stuff, but I wanted to make sure people didn't think we just abandoned everything since we took Thanksgiving week off to take some time to be thankful for everything in our lives, our families, and we hope everyone took a time to reflect, especially in the year that is 2020. But
Bad year, real bad year.
real bad year. Did you do anything fun? Did you
For
get to do anything?
I did shots with my mother on Thanksgiving. That was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
We had Fireball, and
Nice.
we were driving home, and she was like, "We gotta get more Fireball."
Well,
That was pretty good. And I had dinner with my parents and stuff, so
yeah.
very good. Savannah came along.
Let's go. See, look at you. Look at you being
All right.
a functioning adult.
Every once in a while, I'm a functioning adult. Yeah.
Every once in a while.
True.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna talk about
What did you do? You can't just skip over what.
I didn't do anything. I don't wanna. I went over to my dad's and we did Thanksgiving dinner. And I mean, it was fine. It was fun.
Okay.
It was nice to,
Okay.
but and then went shopping on Friday morning, and it was great because
Nice.
there was no one in the mall.
Not actually. You know what? If you can get it that lucky, then that's
Yeah.
probably not a bad idea.
Dude, and we
I
went
just
to.
did all my shopping on Amazon, but that works.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of stuff online this year, but it was like,
Mhm.
let's go to the mall because we usually do for Black Friday, and then I was putting a new heatsink CPU cooler on the computer and bent a pin on my CPU.
Blew it up. Didn't
Uh,
blow it up, but
Didn't blow it up because it works. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. We're functioning on the computer, so JTN1 is still up. Thankfully, didn't have to start looking into JTN2, but JTN1 is still up. So enough about us. That's not what these fans want to hear about.
yeah, obviously we're
Yeah.
not the people here.
Nah. I just want to hear us talk about news.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's
There
talk.
actually is quite a bit, to be fair. I'm scrolling around. I see a few things we can gloss over.
Okay, go for it, Davey.
Okay, I'll just rapid fire it for you. Corey LaJoy at Spire in
Uh,
in the number 7 car.
Great move for Corey if that team is really committed to building. Great move for Spire to get a guy that's going to improve their equipment.
I agree with all that. Do you think Spire's going to try and bring a new manufacturer in at some point?
I
Do you
feel
think
like
that's in the plans?
they're a team that could do it just because the whole agency thing.
Uh-huh.
Truck schedule came out since we did our last episode. Spire owns Knoxville. Knoxville's on the truck schedule. A way to get in, which we saw Dodge and Toyota do. Which are the two most recent that came into the sport, right? They started in the truck series, so that would be my assumption is that they're gonna go there. They'll get a manufacturer through there and whatnot first.
That's a good shout. It's a good shout. All right. What's another one here? AJ Allmendinger going full time in Xfinity this year. That was announced today. That's pretty cool.
I believe he's also gonna do the road courses in the Cup Series for Colleague
Really?
too. I think
For
so.
Colleague.
Yeah, because Colleague's gonna probably run full time 2022 with Next Gen, so
Yeah.
I would assume
right.
Justin Haley's probably the guy in that ride because it seems like they really like Justin Haley, which is a good thing because Justin Haley's a great guy.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah. So AJ, I mean, there's so many road courses and super speedways, and then he won in Atlanta this year. So I mean, I think he'll be a threat to win the title.
Actually, yeah, I was about to say I think he's going to be a threat to win the title as well.
I have a feeling he'll be more like what we thought Ross was going to be this year.
I see. That's what I'm thinking. I think AJ Allmendinger is going to be what we missed with Chastain this year.
I think people with Ross, and I mean, we'll talk about this more probably January or so. You know, I'm planning everything out when we talk about like expectations for the season for drivers and stuff. But I think Ross, the expectations were a little high with that being a new car, that team expanding to two full-time teams. I think that was a little too big of an undertaking for them. Not that they couldn't do it, because they obviously did it, and it successful by. But I think the expectations for Ross to be, you know, multi-time winner and with a brand new team pretty much was a little lofty.
Thank you very much. I feel validated. I thought that from the moment he was announced for this season. But anyway, moving on. I agree with everything, so I don't have anything to add. I'm the messenger at this point. This one from yesterday is also pretty cool. Bob Parker's confirmed that the drivers' names are going to be on the front windshield of the Cup cars again.
Dude, I'm so happy because
honestly, that's like so stupid, but I'm so fucking happy about it. Like, it's the dumbest thing, but it made me so happy.
I really, really, really did not like Xfinity. I think does a really good job, right? They have the driver name on the windshield, and they also have the Xfinity logo, and they do a really good job with it. They don't have manufacturers on the windshield like the Cup Series will and has. I don't think it's a bad idea to have it on, but I think the Cup Series always, like, you know, Nationwide started it, right? They started with the Craftsman trucks, and then they did it with the Nationwide Series when Nationwide took over that sponsorship, and then they did it with the Cup Series once Sprint left. And I think the Cup Series should always just, that driver's name needs to be front and center, because these guys, they've earned their way in most cases up to the Cup Series. And
top level of stock car racing, supposedly.
I mean, it's the same thing I tell my brother. Like, high school basketball, they'll have announcers for the games sometimes, and I say, you got to make sure that guy says your name right, because it's your name, right? Mm-hmm. That's what people know you by. And if people are saying it wrong, that means there's no respect on that name. So, you know, make sure they say it right.
I agree. But I was very happy about that. Chase Elliott's going to race in the Chili Bowl. Do we care? I don't.
Congratulations, Chase Elliott. You're going to get to... Thanks. Pretty much, this is... Kyle Larson gets to do it, so I want to do it, too.
He's gonna make the D main at the Chili Bowl, is what I'm reading.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Alphabet Soup and Chase to be out in, like, the J.
Just pissed off a lot of Chase Elliott fans. He's also going to be in the Snowball Derby. He probably has a good chance.
He'll be good there.
He's rich and, you know, can pay for.
Is that this weekend? Or am I thinking of something else?
Oh, you know, I don't know. It's usually in December, right?
Yeah,
it's not January.
I thought it was this weekend.
It's usually the last race of the year, more or less.
There is a race this weekend. I think it is the Snowball Derby.
Or, you know, it might even be. You know, I don't know.
Let's here.
I mean, we have computers right in front of us. Yeah, we can Google it.
I got you. Snowball Derby this year.
2020. Okay.
Apparently, I don't have it. Go to Five Flags Speedway. Where'd you at, Five Flags?
Website's really slow.
It is. Oh, this is an old website.
Wow. It's not good. It's not good. This is bad. This is real bad. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of stuff this
Snowball
weekend.
Derbies this weekend, boys. Woo! Yeah, Kyle Busch is in the Snowball Derby. Carson Hocevar, who I think is a guy that we're gonna hear a lot of in the next year or so. He just signed with Nice in the trucks.
Wow, pretty stacked field, actually.
Yeah.
Not bad.
There are a lot of guys in this race, so it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
I think it's on Speed 51. Or it's pay-per-view.
Which is awful,
Speed 51. Yeah, I get it, but I think for these tracks, it's good. It gives them revenue, especially this year, because I'm assuming they obviously. No, it's Florida, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have. It's gonna be full capacity fans.
Yeah, because your DeSantis already said that for like the NFL and stuff. They have full capacity.
Bad.
Hey man, we all make bad decisions. It's just some of our bad decisions affect millions of people. But you know, whatever.
Okay. Oh, I got some non-NASCAR news for you as well.
Oh, let's go.
Tony Kanaan's gonna run the ovals.
I love it.
Jimmy Johnson.
I love it. Sorry.
Stuff.
I remember seeing that. I
love it too.
That's like perfect, because I think Kanaan's gonna have a lot of expertise that he can pass on to Jimmy too.
Mm, mm.
I
I
mean,
agree.
what I really hope happens is Jimmy like wins or places top 5 in the first couple races, which I don't think will happen because there's going to be a learning curve and
Mhm.
and then they say, okay, Jimmy, are you sure you only want to run the road courses? I mean, like, you got a shot at the title here. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think that
He
would be
did
cool.
say, he has said a few times he's willing to go back on it, but I don't think he's going to go back on it in the first couple seasons. It seems like that contract's already kind of been set in stone.
I mean,
Um,
Ganassi would have the money to do some extra car here and there. Because I think
you're
there's only 4
not wrong.
ovals. So,
You're not wrong.
I mean,
That's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Kanan at some of the road courses like Indy or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. But I'm excited. That is like the perfect guy to get in. PK can get a send off with fans, hopefully.
Yeah, that's actually good. That's good.
Because I think Elio Castroneves he got signed somewhere too. I forget where he signed. I don't think it was McLaren. Else.
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought I
even,
saw him sign somewhere. So,
I don't even know. I don't even know. We are not prepared.
that's okay. It's a short episode, Davey. We're just having fun.
Yeah, we are rapid.
Let
This is
me
great.
let me give
Good.
the fans at home a little like insider, and please excuse my language, but oh,
Uh oh, he's
hold
gonna
on.
cuss. Everyone, prepare yourselves.
This Cashew Neves, I just want to follow up. 6 races in the second Meyer Shank Racing entry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's good for him. When I phrased this, hey Davey, let's do a podcast at I don't know, like 10 a.m. today, day
Yeah.
of recording. I phrased it as excuse my language, a shoot the shit podcast. So
Basically, yeah.
this is when Davey and I talked about making a podcast. These are the reasons why, because we would have these long conversations about topics and about just doing this, like just did you see this? Oh, did you see that? So that's what we're doing today, just to want to make sure we stay in touch with y'all, because I don't know, probably be able to do a longer episode next week, but
Yeah.
I think the next couple episodes for you viewers at home is going to be about the driver development systems.
Ooh.
So that way I
Okay.
can prepare some notes for talking next gen.
Then.
That's okay. Just a bunch of linky links,
Yeah. That's what I just saw something I didn't even know. I don't even know if this is true.
Mhm.
It's on racer.com. Santino Ferrucci weighing NASCAR options for 2021.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, he can keep his racist ass away from NASCAR, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think going from open wheel to stock cars is probably a great idea anyway. If
Yeah.
everything else just completely exit out.
I know someone who'd be really happy about it though.
Who would that be?
Kyle Larson, because now all the heat's not going to be on him anymore. It's going to be on the other person with
Issues.
the one who's like kind of actually does seem really racist.
Well, AJ Foyt was too, so.
I mean, but he's a legend. What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Darn.
What?
You got anything else?
Let's see. I'm moving.
This is a short
Hold on.
episode, folks. We got 30 minutes. We're rapid fire here.
We are rapid fire. Do you want to talk about F1? There's some big F1 stuff. We can talk about that actually. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay, go ahead. What's the big F1 stuff?
Well, amongst things like Mick Schumacher driving for Haas F1 next year, which is pretty cool. Romain Grosjean almost died.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you actually see that?
Yes, I did see it.
Oh my god. I like that.
So,
like you know how they show you old footage of Formula 1 races and the old crashes where a car hits a wall. That's what it looked like 70s Formula 1.
I think they said it was like 70 Gs. Or no, it was way more than that.
It was 53.
53.
It was 53.
53 Gs, which is bonkers. So, oh man, there are a couple things that I'm a little worried about. And I always worry about this in motorsports. I've worried about it after the Newman crash at Daytona. I've worried about it after this. They're worried about it after I think it was Power at Iowa. Um, we see a safety innovation work, and we say, okay, it worked.
I know where you're going, and I felt the same way. I felt really uneasy.
If you look at how that Halo worked, it did its job, and the I forget what they call it, huh?
Only just, but it did do its job.
I forget what they call it, but the driver compartment, there's like a specific name for the compartment that it stayed intact, pretty much.
Yeah, the it's like the cell, the safety. It's not the safety cell, but it's the survival cell.
Survival cell stayed
yeah,
intact.
Yeah,
Sorry, if you look at some of those photos and you see how the Halo, like, yeah, it took the impact and it made sure he didn't die, and it's a miracle that he didn't die. And when people say, and then people go out and say, well, these safety innovations, yes, they helped, but as is anything that you engineer and you create, you can never account for every single angle. You can never account for every single factor. That's just, we can't model everything. There's always going to be, this was a question I actually asked a grad student instructor during a meeting I had, like my big concern is everything's with, wanting to be an engineer, everything's moving to simulations. And like, I just do not believe that we can do everything with simulation. He's like, well, don't worry about that. There's always going to be testing engineers. He's right. But I worry that, testing engineers, they're going to look at this, they're going to say, wow, this is terrible. This is not what should have happened. And people are going to say, well, it worked.
Yeah, see, that I 100% agree. I see people defending the Halo, and it did do its job, and it's incredible, and it's fantastic that it worked, and it saved his life 100%. He either would have had some serious head trauma or he wouldn't have one. I mean, it was that bad. But the Halo isn't going to protect you from anything smaller than like a front wing piece or anything like it's.
Yeah.
There's so much left to do to that protection system. You can't just look at that instance and say, like, oh, the Halo's good. Everyone who doubted the Halo, everyone needs to shut up now because the Halo's good and it did its job. It's not the end all be all. I mean, Felipe Massa, his accident, that was 2009 or 8 when that spring hit him in the helmet. I mean, it was barely over a decade ago. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I was 8.
Okay, well, I mean,
I know
I was
you were
very
much
young
older.
as well. I mean, I was young as well, but like, so Felipe Massa, I think it was during practice or qualifying, a spring when he was at Ferrari, a spring came off of a car, and it hit him in the helmet, and the helmet was basically destroyed. It like ripped open, and his face was all bloody, and he was knocked out. Went straight through his helmet, and obviously they made innovations with the helmets. But I mean, it's the same thing as you look at Justin Wilson with his accident. Would a Halo have stopped that? I mean, it might have. Maybe.
Didn't he get hit in the head with a tire?
It was no. It was, I think it was part of a nose cone. I forget what exactly it was, but it wasn't a large object,
Right.
and it very easily could have slipped past that front bar of the Halo.
Right.
Because all it is the Halo part on top and the bar in front.
It's
not enough. In my opinion, it's not enough. It's not enough. The aero screen in IndyCar, I think, is amazing, and I think that's going to be the way to go. The Halo, in my opinion, just isn't enough.
Yeah. I think F1 has an image problem though with something like the aero screen, because I think it makes it look too much like a closed cockpit car. And you also, this year, a lot of the IndyCar guys had trouble with the temperature in the cockpit with the aero screen. Mm-hmm. Which again, that's going to be a whole new level of innovation that these engineers are going to figure out this crazy complex way that you or I can't comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like I said, you can't account for every single angle that a part can take. You can't account for all this stuff in Sims. Can't, and you obviously can't do it in real life testing. You can account for a lot of stuff in Sims. You can account for more in Sims, probably. when it comes to just math
Hmm.
related physics. I think the first step is to try to look at, hey, Armco barriers. They're good. They work
They
great, but they do their
no,
job,
even
but they're
that I don't even
dangerous.
know. They're so dangerous. I
Right.
mean, people have been arguing against Armco barriers since the 70s. Like,
Yep.
oh yeah, rough, 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 rough. Rough
Um.
angle that the wall was at too. Just
Mhm. And
not good.
that's where there's been a lot of conversations about like, oh, NASCAR, getting back to that world, because I'm sure that's what most people probably listen to us for. Um, they do all their testing with the University of Nebraska and Lincoln.
Mm,
That's where they develop the safer barriers, and safer barriers are great, right? They're great. They
mm,
absorb energy. They do. NASCAR's really only done a good job with one track in safer barriers, and that's one that they built after the invention of the safer barriers. So, um,
yeah, yeah.
like if we're gonna look at these tracks, that would be an idea. I don't know what the logistics are, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, and at the same time, you could even like you don't have to make every wall a safer barrier at Bahrain. That wall that's jutting out there, make that a safer barrier, or any wall
or
that's
get
close to
rid
the
of it,
circuit, or get rid of it. Yeah, I didn't see any reason why that needed to be there and at that angle. But like walls that are close to the circuit, walls that maybe
don't
are
have good
on the
runoff
don't
areas.
have good runoff, don't have any gravel or grass, like put them there. You
Yeah.
don't have to cover the whole track in them. And I know it's expensive, but these tracks are also hosting Formula One races, and Formula One is a literal billion-dollar industry, probably climbing still. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can afford it. They will probably be able to afford it.
Well, they'll figure it out. I think figure out sooner rather than like people always say we don't need anyone dying. No, we don't need anyone getting hurt like this.
No, we don't even need to see that. I don't even want to. I don't want to like the. They can say whatever they want. I don't think the car was meant to break in half the way that it did there.
Oh no,
Obviously, like it wasn't like there are crumple
crumple zones.
regions,
Yeah,
crumple zones on those cars, but that wasn't one of them. The car was not
it
supposed to
was
break
not
in half
supposed to
there.
snap in half like
No,
that.
and I don't want to get too morbid, but it's the same thing with what happened with Antoine Hubert. What like that's one where the survival cell didn't stay intact, and that's a like obviously it was a worst case scenario, but like I mean it goes back to the point that you said, like you can't even figure some of these situations out in real life. How you're going to figure that out in the simulation that at a certain angle their survival cell doesn't survive. It's just there's a lot. Yeah, it's deep.
Well, Davey, we're coming up to the end of the episode. So I want to talk real quick because this is my favorite segment of the week. It's when we talk with you about your recent adventures in the United States Online Racing League Red Bull Cup Series.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll take you back real quick because this last weekend wasn't great, but we'll take you back 2 weekends ago. That was a great weekend. Las Vegas and even the entire Lucky Beans or Lucky Bean
Lux beans.
Lux Beans. I'm sorry.
Had the Lux beans on the car for Las Vegas. I had that luck with me. Let me tell you.
Won the
Lux beans.
race. Won the
Lux
race
beans.
out
Lux.
there.
Wait, no. Stop, stop, stop. Lux beans. Lux beans. I need you to sponsor me. Do you hear that? That was
Bean
amazing.
Machine, baby.
The bean machine. The Lux bean machine at Las Vegas. Matt. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Go ahead.
Won out there in Vegas. Locked yourself into the playoffs. We talked to you after the race, which you can watch live on JTN's YouTube.
Well, not live, but you can watch the recording.
Well, you can watch all of our broadcasts live on the JTN
Yes.
YouTube, and then you can watch
It's
the
also true.
replays of every single race we've ever done on YouTube. I
I didn't
challenge
mean
you
to.
to go
I
back and
didn't mean to
watch the
call you
one
out
that
there.
I challenge you to go back and watch one that Davey commentated for in Talladega Dash in like April, and then Richmond Dash in like April. Anyways,
Don't forget the Daytona dual race that I wasn't in for
oh
USORL.
yes, of course. How could I forget?
That was rude. All right, go ahead. I won Vegas. Really cool.
Dude, that was a long night. That
Vegas was?
no,
Or Daytona?
Daytona.
Yep. It was kind of a long night.
That was a long.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah, you blew up. Anyways, Vegas. Anything else besides Huang Do had a not great strategy. I think is what it kind of boiled. He still had to hold off Garrett, but
Yeah. Huang tried to play the game. I mean, hey, if it was 10 less laps, it would have been a lot more. Would have been a little more interesting. Because I think I passed him with over 10 laps to go. Did I?
I think so. I mean, it might have
Yeah.
been like 8 or something.
Yeah. It basically, the sense of urgency would have been a little bit more up there. Would have been a little sketchier. I mean, other than that, yeah, no, the race with Garrett was pretty exciting. I did not. He was gonna pass me. Like that run would have had to been basically to the end of our fuel run for me to have a shot. I was very lucky to keep him behind me with the way that I did, because I had to park the bus on him in the middle of the corner a few times. Very good fun though.
Good
Fun,
racing.
though. Very much so.
Okay, and then a race that you couldn't see live on the JTN YouTube page, and you can't watch a replay of it because we weren't out there. But you raced the Cup Series, Red Bull Cup Series, went to Sonoma this past week, and you can actually check it out on your Twitch at
D7H5er with an ER at the end.
You watched the replay of that there, and I think I was in chat for a little bit, so that
You were. It was a lot of fun. For the races that JTN doesn't broadcast, let me just say right now, my broadcasts are sometimes pretty fun. So you should check it out when
they're always. Don't say sometimes. Davey's broadcasts are always fun, and you should check them out because they are the best out of everybody that does it.
That's wow.
We have some people that like to meme it up in the chat. Like,
no.
if you like that, that's. But if you want serious racing and you want to have a fun time, D7H5er on Twitch.
That's me. I'm the serious racing guy.
Serious racing. Hi, Davey Hazard. Anyways,
serious racing guy.
You got punted.
Didn't go well.
You got punted. Talk about that.
Darren doesn't listen to this podcast, so yeah, Darren Ingram, the joyful soul that he is.
Number 23, Menards.
Salt of the earth, love the guy. Straight dumped me. Did not know that the curbs might impair the handling of the car, and just hopped up on the curb heading into 11, like the turn before 11. I mean, heading out of that turn and into 11. Hopped up on the curb on the entrance and just lost all composure and hit the hell out of me.
I think
I lost my rear end, and we didn't have a caution. I dropped back to like 15th.
I think you finished 5th though, right?
4th, actually. I finished 4th.
One better than I thought.
Because friend of JTN, fellow broadcaster for the USORL Cup Series races, he ran out of fuel. Tommy Bordeaux.
Ran out of fuel at a track that he had real life laps on.
Led the whole damn thing and still couldn't win.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Ouchie mama.
Sad days. So I felt bad for Tommy.
Sad boy hours.
It really was them sad boy hours.
Yeah, I think Darren, though, if we go back to that real quick, I think he saw that as opportunity because Tommy had just spent on pit road, so Tommy got sent to the back after. I think he saw that as his opportunity, so he was really trying to stay up with you. Not let you get away.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I alluded to it during the race in a much more aggressive and mean way. But he just needs to chill out when he's near the front. He makes a lot of mistakes when he's running well. So,
your Toyota teammates. So, TRD.
He's not invited to my Christmas party. So as far as I'm concerned, we're not Toyota teammates at all.
Big sad. Okay. I guess do we have anything else? I mean,
we're going to Anchorage. Watch that on JTN. It's basically Auto Club, but we put it in Alaska for some reason.
I mean, what? Yeah. What'd I say?
Oh, wait. Who? Wait.
Did I say worse?
Who said it was worse? Who said that? I don't think you said
that. Our boy Sean Whitehill in the number 2 Team Twansky, I think it was like discount, not tire discounters, not discount tire discounters, which is a tire chain in Southern Ohio and North Kentucky, I believe.
Interesting.
Interesting. Indeed. Was running really good there on Monday night. Tommy was running good on, there was just a lot of wrecks.
Yeah.
So it's Dash for Cash, so there's gonna be money on the line. It's gonna be a great time. You can check that out Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern time.
Man, no one told me about Dash for Cash. I would have done it. I want some money. Can I still do it?
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Well, like I would have totally put some money in to try and win some money.
Just look it
But
up.
no one said anything.
I don't think a lot of people didn't know. Friend of the show, Trey Coleman, actually, when I posted our USORL Season 7 on JTN shirts on our Teespring, which if you're on YouTube, you can get the link in the description below, or you can go to our JTN Facebook page. And
you know what? Screw USRL. Go buy the merch. Just in general, buy the merch.
Yeah.
Buy some merch.
Buy some JTN merch. It's fun.
My parents bought some merch. They got their merch today.
Did they? Do they
my
like
mom sent
it?
me a picture. My mom, she said it fits great and it's very soft.
Let's go.
She sent me a picture of her wearing her Fake Racers Podcast t-shirt. So that was pretty
cool.
I'm wearing my Fake Racers Podcast hoodie right now.
JTN merch is just super good, super soft. I mean,
the hoodie is unbelievable. I'm not even joking.
The hoodies are unbelievable.
It's very, very soft.
And we'll be posting some new hoodies and whatnot since it's getting colder outside, so that way you folks can stay warm with JTN, stay warm with us here. And Davey, before we wrap it up for a short episode, tell them where they can find out more from you.
You can find out. I already said my Twitch. I'll say it again. Yeah, that's a good idea. D7H5 with an ER at the end. Twitter is at Davey Hazard. Instagram is at D7H5. That's it for me. Maybe I've been thinking about posting on YouTube. D7H5 on YouTube if you want.
Just re-upload your Twitch streams.
That's
what you should do.
Because I always play DMCA music in my Twitch streams, so I can just get rid of them there and put them on YouTube. That's a good idea.
So bada bing, bada boom. If you like hearing from me, you can check out my Twitch at Johto2 on Twitch. We do some college football stuff, and you can meme over there. I like memes over there. Make sure, if you haven't already, click like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, make sure you follow the podcast. Make sure you head over to the JTN Facebook page at Johto Network on Facebook, at Johto Network on Twitter now. And yeah, that's all from us. Make sure you also check out Johto Designs for 10% off. Use code JTN2. Check out the JTN merch store. Again, super duper great merch. Davey, why don't you send these listeners home with a little word of advice as the holiday season rounds?
A little word of advice? I have to give people advice that I don't know? Okay.
Put them on the spot, folks. That's how you get the best answers. You put people on the spot. That's my advice. Bam.
So, first of all, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're tuning in. If you're on Spotify, that's awesome. I'm probably also tuning in on Spotify. A word of advice heading into this holiday season. Oh man, you really put me on the spot. I don't even.
Gotcha.
You really did. That's the problem. Joe. What?
Okay. Bristol's laughing, just so you know. He's laughing at you.
Bristol is laughing. I don't I don't even listen to my own advice, which is the problem.
Same.
Yeah, see, a word of advice this holiday season. Stay warm. It's really cold where I am. Make sure to wear a jacket. Yes. Shower every day. It'll do wonders for your mental health.
That's a good one. Yeah, stay warm down there in Florida where it's so chilly, so cold. Like what, 50 degrees?
It was like 40 today.
Oh, ooh, burr.
Oh, we're doing that again. Okay, well, when it's like 70 degrees and like 20% humidity and
I'm
Detroit,
complaining about it. Hey, go for it, man.
Yeah, I will.
It's friendly. Friendly banter.
It's not friendly to me.
I'm sorry. Here, hold on. Well, I still have the recording going. Davey, do you accept this apology, as I was a complete asshole to you just a couple seconds ago? Do you accept this apology? I will never make fun of you being cold when it's 40 degrees ever again.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you around.
Best part is I control the recording. Thanks, guys, for listening. We appreciate y'all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next week where we'll take a dive into, let's say, Ford's development system, because that's a
Ford.
Built Ford tough. We'll talk about the Ford development system next week, and it's gonna be a fun one. So make sure you tune in. For all of us at JTN, been Joe Twansky. For Davey Hazard, for Bristol, our producer. Have a wonderful rest of your week. See ya.
Have a good night.